have officially bought a wrecked Lamborghini Super Trofeo. A lot of bit of damage.
Motor's in the back, actually. I think putting full wheels on it will help.
I've accepted my first race of the season.
Don't do it, girl. It's not worth it.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it, girl. I'm just thinking about it. 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 I did it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog and thank you for tuning in. The title says it all. I have officially bought a wrecked Lamborghini Super Trofeo that I will be rebuilding on the channel as my practice car. As I'm walking up, there's two Super Trofeos right here and they are absolutely beautiful. I love this platform and I guess I can officially say I just bought my first supercar too. Damn, we hitting all the check marks today, boys. I can't believe this. This is never in a million years did I think I would be buying a Lamborghini Super Trofeo. Well, we are back. Last time I was here doing a test day, Shane told me that he had one of the wrecked ones here. This is actually the Life is Beautiful car, and the livery was designed by Mr. Brainwash, so this has a ton of history, and I'm just blessed for the opportunity to be able to rebuild this. Here she is. We're gonna dust her off, we're gonna clean her up, and we're gonna start laying out some of the parts that Shane has here and see what needs to be ordered. This actually just got back from the frame shop, so everything for the most part has been fixed. The whole front clip was replaced. They did an immaculate job. This looks fantastic. I don't think we're gonna be taking the Lamborghini back home today. I think I'll do that next time. Today we're just gonna lay out everything, make sure we have everything and that we're ready and try to figure out the best way in order to tow this to my location. Brandon, you were around for most of the history with this Lamborghini, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
You're the one hands-on
This
fixing
is
everything?
the first Lamborghini I actually ever worked on.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you excited to see it come back to life?
Oh, I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
it come back. I've been missing it.
Well, I hope I do you guys justice. I also hear you're possibly gonna be coming to the shop in order to help make sure we do things correctly.
You're so screwed, dude. You're gonna be coming in and be like, the door goes on the other side. Motor's in the back, actually.
Could you imagine? We do the full swap of the engine in the front.
This is not a Lamborghini engine. What is this LS?
I put a 6.0 in it.
I'm not gonna say anything because there's something I want to do, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Wait, it still has the air jacks?
Two in the front, two in the
Oh, really? Oh. All right, let's get us out of here. I'm scared shitless to do this, guys. I just want you to know that.
Little understeer.
You know, the corner is feeling a little rough, but we'll get it.
Putting full wheels on it will help. All right, we'll get it cleaned up and into the shop and see what kind of project we got.
I would love to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. You can take anything from digital illustration, graphic design basics, and even language classes. As you know, I've been branching out my career and getting more into acting, so I'm looking into powerful storytelling today by Sold Out O'Brien. I've even enjoyed learning YouTube skill sets from Marquise Brownlee, where he talks about YouTube success from script writing, shooting, and editing. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable. It's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. No matter what 2021 brings you, you can spend it creating something meaningful with Skillshare's online classes because time is what you make of it. It's no lie that a strong community is essential to personal growth. Tap into the support of fellow creatives who provide encouragement, communication, and inspiration. When you join, you can try one of Skillshare's new live classes. Experience real-time inspiration as you connect with popular teachers while watching and working along other members. And the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership so you can explore your own creativity in some pretty amazing classes. So again, use the link in the description below. It's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription and get access to so many amazing classes and open that creativity box of yours. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's episode. Now, let's get back to the video.
You know what I'm picturing right now? You with this golf cart trying to tow it all the way home over the grapevine.
On the freeway, just like...
This one? That's your favorite car? It's starting to actually look pretty clean.
So this stand is gonna hold most of the body panels. It literally clips in for a door. So right now the guys are grabbing all the additional panels. They're putting the doors on the outside. It'll hold the engine cover, it'll hold the bumper, and whatever pieces that we have so that we can properly figure out what we need to order. Right here we also have the gearbox laid out. About the same size as the C8, honestly, maybe even a little smaller. But super cool to see. Is this underbelly?
Underbelly.
The Lamborghini Super Trofeos are a 622, that's 620 horsepower, two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and they are restricted down to, I believe, like 612, whatever it is, that's all BOP. Anyways, I have the engine here to show you guys, not the specific engine, but it will be a 5.2 liter Lamborghini V10, naturally aspirated, and it's going to be paired with the 6-speed gearbox transmission right here. So this is going to be exciting. A couple more boxes. Here it looks like we have carbon fiber air filters. This looks like the mounting brackets for the wing. Some AN lines and a couple other things in here. Guy just showed up with even more body panels for the car. Looks like we got a rear bumper, a little bit of damage. We got front bumper, a lot of bit of damage. And fenders. This is pretty much all of it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I can't wait to see this together. All right, you guys, here are all of the parts. We have just about everything laid out. We're gonna figure out a way to get all of this home. Today we're just kind of doing an inventory list to see what we have. The cool thing is these fenders are actually the Aqua Hydrate car. If you watched the last episode, then you know I took a fan photo of that car like 3 years ago, and ironically enough, I'd be potentially racing for that team this year and using the fenders to build my very own practice car. So that is absolutely insane. But we got every fender, we got the under paneling, we got the transmissions, we got the steering rack, we got boxes on boxes on boxes of parts, we got some air vents, we got wing, we got front bumper, we got just about everything. It turns out, it looks like the motor on the right is going to be the V10 that we are going to be putting into the Life is Beautiful Super Trofeo. This is basically a giant Lego set that we're going to be assembling. It looks like we are missing some suspension components. I'm not seeing the fuel cell out here. There's a few parts that we're gonna have to order. I'm still tripping out every time I see this. So. Is that your list?
It's my list.
What are some things on it that we're missing?
Rear suspension, front suspension, oil coolers, sump tank, bumper bars, they're all bent up. Intake scoops.
Okay, that's not too bad of a list.
Seems like a lot of just cosmetic stuff more.
Yeah.
Nothing that's going to keep it from actually running.
I'm not going to be taking the Super Trofeo home today. We're just laying everything out so we know what we need to order. In fact, the guys are going to be bringing her down in a trailer. Sometime when I get back from Utah, I'm going snowboarding with my mom. I haven't told you guys yet. Sidebar, for Christmas, I asked my mom what she wanted, and she's always wanted to go to Utah and go skiing. So I bought her a flight and a hotel stay and all that stuff for us to go together and spend time with each other and go snowboarding and skiing for this next week. So when I get back, the guys here at US Racetronics are actually going to be bringing everything down in their enclosed trailer, and we'll get everything set up into our shop. But yeah, I am excited to spend time with my mom. And I was gonna say the really cool part, this is also the really sucky part, but I know you guys want to see this. Shane was actually able to dig up video to show you guys the day of the crash, which just so happened to be exactly a year ago from today. Nuts, I'm not making that up. Let me show you guys some photos and stills of the aftermath of the accident and what we will be resurrecting. From the photos and videos from the crash, we'd walk out there, but the track's hot right now, so we're staying behind pit wall. But you mind giving us a little insight about that day?
Yeah, so we were testing, getting ready for the season with a driver that was going to compete in the Super Trofeo series. He's a very accomplished driver, driven for a long time. The track was damp that day. It's been raining and it was just forming a dry line. He was out there, went a little bit wide, got on the curb. The curb was still wet, and then that just made the car come around. We hit the inside wall.
Yeah, that's what happens, you know.
The good thing is, yeah, I mean, he was fine. Sometimes you learn these lessons, and they're tough lessons, but it's just finding that limit, you know, in a wet, dry condition. The car, surprisingly, is pretty good on the rain, and he wasn't on rain tires. He was on slicks, on a semi-wet, dry track. So that's the tricky part, is when you're on slicks and the part of the track is dry and part of the track is wet, so you gotta be very careful on that.
So he was coming out of there, hit the exit curb.
And got on the exit curb, just...
Oh, and that spun him into this wall. That's the turn where Andre went off into the dirt.
Yeah, it almost hit the wall. A lot of people do that though. Isn't that a common spot to come in?
So if you have quite a bit of different traction between the two wheels, these cars tend to do that too. Like at BIR, some drivers drop one wheel on the grass. You cannot do like a power slide and ride it out. It tends to cut out and you lose control of that slide.
It snaps back.
And it just snaps back on you.
Well, we'll rebuild her, we'll get her back out here, and she will see the track again soon. Dude, seeing bikers, this is nuts. People tell me I should get into bikes, and I'm like, I don't think I have the balls for this.
It's a different sport. I mean, I have a lot of respect for these guys.
These guys are popping wheelies on the straight, every gear. Nice scooter. Can you do tricks on it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Whoa! You make it look too easy.
It is easy.
Can I try it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I gonna fall? Probably.
I can teach you. I can teach you instead.
Yeah, teach me.
Step on it and then you just lean forward to get it to go forward. See?
Whoa.
Some people, you have to be relaxed to do it. Just get relaxed.
Be relaxed.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you turn?
You just,
Lean? Oh, I see.
yeah, like that.
Oh, that's cool. You guys, this is Shane's son, Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die today. This is fun. How fast does it go?
20 miles?
20 miles per hour?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Faster than the BMW.
What's next, Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me try this.
That is very cool.
There we
And,
go, easy peasy.
Yeah, lemon squeezy.
I've accepted my first race of the season.
Really? What is
Yeah.
it? Tell me, give me all the details.
It is me on foot against Aaron and his Segway.
Oh, we're gonna war this.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you better run fast.
Oh, I think she got smoked.
You guys will also notice that a couple of Super Trofeos have different body types to them, body styles. This is the Gen 1, as you see there. Here is the Evo.
So basically the whole quarter panel is different. The rocker is different. It's a little bit shorter, and then the quarter panels kind of connect down here, and the scoop is moved down. The engine cover is different. They have a big roof scoop with the fin.
Yeah.
For like more high-speed stability. The rear end is completely different. Evos have a little bit longer rear spoiler. These ones just have kind of like holes right here, but on the Evo, there's like a little piece that comes out right here, and they're both for the brake ducts. And then also the bonnet is a little bit different. So this one's flat. On the Evo, there's like a little fin that comes out right here, and that's for like the vent that goes into the cabin.
You're talking about the center in here, that scoop, and then you guys can see the fins. Yeah, and then also the roof scoop. Oh yeah, that quarter panel is way different. And there's this like little shark canard on the side.
And then on this one, it's like a big old...
Whoa! That's so cool. And you guys might be asking yourselves, or you guys might be asking me, why aren't I just doing an Evo build? Money. It's more expensive. I'm already doing a retro Lamborghini Super Trofeo. We're gonna start with the Gen 1, guys. But this is still ultimately goals. So yeah, this is the Gen 1 air boxes, you guys. This is what I was picking up earlier that you could see. But there is also a big price difference between the two.
600 to 100 grand depending on condition.
Yeah, this is still so cool. So most of the parts, most of them, this is a lot of them.
So much stuff.
Everything is laid out right now.
We'll start loading the parts that are still good, get it into the trailer. We'll line up all those bodywork and send the stuff that can be fixed, and you guys can start prepping that. It seems like it's a lot of parts, but there's a lot more to it. So there's quite a few things that we'll be sending you in stages. First thing is to get the fuel cell, all the suspension pickup points, take all the suspension apart.
So this here is the fuel cell compartment.
Oh, I see.
This whole bit in here.
The bladder will actually fit inside this.
It doesn't come down, it goes to the back.
Yeah, it goes to the back. You do have access to the fuel cell through two cutout panels. Servicing the fuel cell is not a problem.
I see. It's just if you want to entirely remove it.
Entirely remove it. It's you could get to all the fuel pumps. There's 3 lift pumps. and a main pump, fuel filter. After the fuel cell, the next thing will be all the suspension pickup points. There's this stainless steel pieces that screw in, and then we could start hanging the suspension.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely a lot, but I'm looking forward to it, and it's gonna be fun.
Lots of energy drinks, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need one now just looking at this. All right, well, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you, sincerely, thank you.
I still run this shop like an open wheel shop where we don't have lifts and we utilize the air jacks.
Yeah.
But hindsight, I think it's easier if you have a lift to work on these cars. So
Well, good thing I got two.
we'll get some lifts in here eventually. It's nice because these cars are so low, you can't just get it on a lift, but they do have air jacks. So what we do is we take it up to the lift, jack it up on the air jacks, and then it's like an off-road truck.
I pointed at this engine. This is the old engine. We're actually going to be running a new engine. It's going to be fully built. When you have a front end collision with these cars, you're on such solid motor mounts that it can actually, the forward impact can cause the block to break. So that's actually not what we're going to be running, but we will have a new motor that will be arriving at the shop freshly built. So I'm really excited for that. Now these, I call them knuckles. They're actually called uprights. The exciting thing about this build, you guys, is that we are going to be running center locks. So say hello to the wheel socket. This is the center lock socket, and you guys can see there's actually these pins on the center lock mechanism, if you want to call it that. And you can see how they need to be pushed in order to go on the spline. And this round thing inside of this is actually what pushes it in. So just like that. And it takes, what, 700 foot-pounds? That is nuts. And even cooler, you guys saw it took a little force to pull out. That's because this is all magnetic. So whenever you pull it out, the wheel nut will actually come out with it. That was really cool. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of really cool things that we like learn and discover as we assemble this whole thing. All right, well, I think it's just about time to get out of here. I can't believe I did it. I bought a wrecked Lamborghini Super Trofeo, and honestly, Shane and his team is being so awesome and so supportive in helping me being able to rebuild it, because this is treading a lot of new territory for me. So I'm really excited. Shane, US Racetronics, the whole team, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I got a flight to catch, so we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go say bye to Shane real quick. It's the son of the police. We just got stopped in the middle of the freeway.